For people that haven't experienced anything like that, what do you say and think about these miracles of Jesus that we've all heard about that we don't know what to think about? Did he really turn, water into wine? And did the bread, did he walk on water? Did any of that? What do you really feel about what happened? Are miracles happening, and are they still happening today?
Yeah, I think that it really is a conversation that begins with presuppositions. Obviously, what you're describing is the prevalency of the naturalistic presupposition that everything has a natural explanation. And I think if we begin with that conclusion in mind, miracles seem incredulous. But if we were to really look at what even we can embrace on a scientific level, that according to standard cosmology, the entire universe came into being from nothing some 14.6 billion years ago. And if something that incredible can happen and we can believe something like that, how much more would it be difficult for a temporal miracle to take place? Now, if you completely exclude theism and you do believe that naturalism is the true view of reality, obviously, even considering a miracle is out of the realm of your framework. But if you begin with at least the possibility of God's existence, being able to consider the manifestation of a miracle is not that crazy. And then if you even have Christian theism in mind, obviously it's all about those underpinnings. For me, a miracle would be completely reasonable, especially if God is looking to reveal himself in the person of Christ. So I do believe that Jesus performed miracles. It seems to be historically attested to. I think the major pushback is not that we don't have good record keeping of what the disciples claimed Jesus did, but it's how we make assumptions that miracles are impossible to begin with. And so therefore, we just become naturally skeptical of any reports of such things. So I do believe miracles happen today as well. I think that miracles have a function they're not arbitrary. When you look at the miracles of Christ, they all had a theological message intertwined in them. Turning water into wine at the wedding of Cana had deep Jewish symbolism. Walking on water was not just an arbitrary matter. This was God in the person of Christ showing his authority over the laws of physics. So no other prophet or writer of scripture showed the ability to have control of the laws of nature. When Jesus raised paralytics or healed blind people or raised the dead or cast out demons, he did it in his own authority. He did not. All other Jewish prophets would say, in the name of the Lord, this is what needs to happen. Jesus said, come out of him. Jesus said, be healed. Jesus, by his own authority, performed the miracle rather than appealing to Yahweh, because the primary claim of the biblical writers is that Jesus is Yahweh in human form.
Will, Yahweh, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that term. Could you explain what that is? Or, sorry, yeah.
You're asking me? We have a pastor.
I was asking if Will was going to follow up and then.
Okay. Yeah.
Explain what that is. Sorry.
Yeah, Yahweh is the divine name of God. It's called the Tetragrammaton. So when you see the word Lord capitalized in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, it is the Hebrew word Yahweh. We don't know how to pronounce it exactly. That's our best attempt. It's YHWH, all capitalized in Hebrew. And so, so we would say Jesus is the Hebrew God in human flesh. God entered human history in the person of Jesus Christ.